All right, guys, this is the Atlanta Podcast. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is, you're listening to three black guys give their perspective on the city of Atlanta in a comedic and very vulgar...
Well, I mean, it's technically one black guy and two halvesies, but... Whoa!
Very vulgar way. So, put your earbuds in.
Yeah. Turn it down if you're at work.
Earmuffs.
And look at the info of this episode because we review a local beer every episode. So you can grab a 6-pack of that and chill out with your boys.
Chill. Pop it open. Listen. Drink.
Whatever, nigga.
Damn. I don't want to talk about injuries. Last year, my team was devastated.
Injuries are the best part.
I drafted so many running backs, and they were just going down. And the next one was just balling, then going down, and I was like, "How? I drafted right this time."
You always start with 3 good games, and then just
was so bad, man.
All right, 20 seconds.
I remember you were talking that mad shit. You beat me like first time. You whooped my ass too. Then I went to the championship.
Because I had my whole squad.
Mm-hmm.
My squad was nasty.
Clicking every year.
I'm going again this year. Just let y'all put y'all notice 3 times in a row.
Oh, to the championship?
Yep.
Probably.
Over my dead fucking body.
You're in no competition.
Oh.
We'll see.
We will. And you will see. But you're still
tight end, wide out.
Tight end first? 2 tight ends first?
We going, baby.
You never know.
Let's do it.
All right.
What up, people? Welcome to the Atlanta Podcast. It's your boy, Christian.
Justin.
And Myron.
And we're talking to you about local beer, local news, and local culture. But first, Myron, what are we drinking?
What's on tap tonight is a Belgian-style triple from Reformation Brewery.
Reformation!
I don't know.
Will arise.
Stop.
I don't know if that's how that song goes.
I mean, it's not at all, but...
I'm pretty sure
it could have been a remix.
Usher did a theme song for them.
There was Situations.
Pretty sure that was Reformation.
So, okay. Yeah. Reformation Brewery up in Woodstock, Georgia.
The Stock.
Is that what they call it? No.
I don't know.
Right. It's called Jude. It's called Jude. Jude. Jude Belgian-style triple. So let's crack it open, fellas. Shit.
Hey Jude.
Is it named after Hey Jude? Beatles song?
I don't think so. Like, I've only been up there once because it's in Woodstock, so it's hella far. But
Woodstock in a minute.
I know they were they're semi like religious, so I think it's like more
Reformation.
So, yeah.
Nice.
Jude in the Bible. But
shout out to the Lutherans out there.
9.2%?
It's a Belgian
Bro, fuck my life.
It's a Belgian triple.
Yeah.
It's a Belgian triple.
Belgians know how to get down.
Oh shit.
So looking at the color, it's sort of
color.
What?
What's your favorite?
It's kind of gold.
I thought you were gonna say gold. I was like, this is more like
orange.
That's
just a little orangey.
Wheat. That's so golden wheat color. How about that?
The light.
How about that?
Number, it glows gold.
Has that traditional Belgian style flavor. So it has a little sweetness in there, sort of like a banana-ish type flavor in there, but there's no banana in there. Mm-hmm. And it's a triple, so it has a little kick to it. Nice little ABV, as you said before, 9.2, I believe this is.
Justin, do you like Victory Golden Monkey?
Yeah, that was a Belgian triple.
Same thing.
This tastes a lot different than Golden Monkey.
No, it doesn't.
Now I will say this, my fault, fellas. This is a little warm. I didn't have it in the fridge, so that will make a difference in your experience with beer in general.
Yeah, some like it hot.
Well, I don't really like my beers that sweet.
And Belgian triples, Belgians in general typically have a little sweetness, but especially triple because there's more sugar and it creates more alcohol. So this does have some sweetness into it, definitely.
I'm a bitter beer guy.
But I mean, this is a solid triple. You know, when I went up there for Reformation, it's a cool spot.
Yeah,
it's just too fucking far for me.
Yeah,
but yeah, this is a solid spot. You know, they have the traditional games like Giant Jenga.
They've been coming out with a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to try too.
Oh. Their stout is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what it's called. Reclamation stout, I think.
Yes. That's what I've been wanting to try.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. It was cool.
But anyway, on to our next segment. One of our favorites. Guess the race. Listeners who are listening for the first time. This.
Cheer.
Y'all are good? Y'all got it?
I think I got it.
If you're listening to this for the first time, basically we talk about a situation that happened in the metro Atlanta or Atlanta area. A lot of times crime is involved.
But not all the time.
And we have you and I guess Justin and Myron try to guess the race of the person. Kind of set the tone for the racist jokes that happen on this podcast, unfortunately.
I want to read this one.
Oh, go for it, please.
I skimmed this one, and this sounds interesting.
All right,
cool. So,
but you don't know.
I don't know. Christian knows. You and I don't know.
Okay.
So, okay, cool. So, a man is accused of beating a loss prevention officer at Lakeshore Mall in Gainesville to the point where he needed to be taken to a nearby hospital, police said.
Damn, beat the shit out of him.
Out of a loss prevention officer. All right?
LP.
So, a man of Lawrenceville allegedly approached the officer Sunday, demanded the officer's radio and badge before beating the officer, Gainesville police spokesman Kevin Holbrook told Channel 2 Action News.
Damn.
So first of all, wait a minute. He demanded the radio and the badge?
You just strong-armed this motherfucker?
Give me that shit.
What was he going to do with the radio and badge? Because loss prevention officers don't have weapons.
Maybe he really wanted the radio.
Right. But okay.
Could have been his kid's birthday. You never know.
So the officer was taken to Northeast Georgia Medical Center for evaluation and has since been released, Holbrook confirmed. The officer said the man stole the officer's badge and radio before running away, but witnesses were able to give a good description of the suspect, leading to his arrest. He fit the description, huh? The badge and radio, which Holbrook said the man had when he was arrested, have been returned to the officer. Fuck that radio. What?
You can't have a loss prevention officer's radio just out in these streets, man.
Right.
It's serious.
Yeah.
Oh.
They go for a lot on the black market.
Police have not identified a motive for attack. I mean, he was the fucking badge radio.
Yeah.
That's robbery, niggas. Let me help you out.
The man faces battery, robbery, and theft slash shoplifting charges, according to Hall County jail records. He remains in jail on $6,650,000 bond.
Oh, that ass whooping wasn't that bad then if it's only $6,000.
He had to be rushed to the hospital.
Could have been a bitch.
What?
Oh, you mean the officer?
Yeah.
Could have been a woman?
No, I meant like a bitch as in he can't really take
a
punch.
Glass jaw.
Yeah.
Mr. Glass.
So let's look at the key points in this.
I already know it.
It was in Gainesville.
You already know it?
Oh, yeah.
It was in Gainesville.
It says Gainesville.
That's key.
I know what's
As I
going on
said,
here.
that's my first key. It's in Gainesville.
Yep.
And it's crime.
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Crime time. Tag team.
That was terrible.
The actual crime doesn't make much sense.
The crime is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm guessing he may have been belligerent and or on drugs.
But see, he didn't put the name of the person either, meaning the name would give it away.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the name for you.
Nah.
Just let me know when you're ready for it.
I already know.
You already know?
Yeah.
I'll wait for...
No.
I'll wait for a name.
We got to guess before the name.
Guess before the name,
okay.
and guess after the name.
Latino.
That's a good guess.
Yeah? Because it's Gainesville?
It's Gainesville, but you know how to get down up there.
That's
they up there wild western it up there. MS-13 is real.
You and MS-13, man, they gonna come looking for you. Keep talking.
Real
They don't
talk.
listen to this shit. They're too busy taking radios and badges.
Damn. But we get 2 guesses go, one before and one after, right? Mm-hmm. So for the before guess, I'll go with Justin on this. I'll go Latino.
Latino?
If the name is like Matumbo or something, I'm gonna be pissed.
The name is James Jean-Claude Pierre Giles.
Oh, this nigga might be Haitian.
Right. Shit.
Are Haitians up there too?
Was that a Haitian name?
French.
Jean-Jacques?
Are all French people black?
No.
No, Haitians have French names.
Yeah, I know. But why
France.
just immediately? Why not a Frenchman?
What was the name again?
Nah. Giles is black.
James Jean-Claude Pierre Giles.
Yeah, that sounds like a Haitian name.
Does it?
It could be a white guy.
It could
Could be Moroccan.
I'm going black. I'm going black.
I'm going Latino.
Well, wait.
Gainesville, bro.
Wait.
What they speak? What Latin?
You got a name change?
What they speak?
Spanish, nigga? What the fuck?
Shit.
You about to say Mexican? They speak
I'm
Mexican?
trying to get my words. Hey, I heard somewhere
Portuguese?
that Haitians are technically Latino.
It's a Caribbean, but
It
that's
comes
still
from a Latin language.
So, but here's the thing: it's still black. It's a boat stop.
Yeah.
They stopped in Charleston. They stopped in Johns Island. They went to the fucking Caribbean. They went to South America and went back to Africa. It's a boat stop.
Well, it depends on if you were already there or if you came off the boat.
True enough. So Native Americans.
You're genetically. Your genetics.
I don't know.
But I'm a. Damn. This is
Jean-Claude Van Damme Rob
nigga.
Van Dam?
I'm going black.
or
I'm surprised you didn't go white.
every time I make a run, girl, you turn around and cry. What's his name? Wyclef
Wyclef.
Jean.
Oh, black. Haitian.
Or
He's Haitian.
Yeah.
what's the UFC fighter's name?
Oh,
It's a bunch of them.
JPP or
JPP.
JPP?
Oh no, that's football. Who's also Haitian.
Oh, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yeah.
I was like, what? UFC is JPP.
The champion from Canada.
That's
LGP. George St. GSC.
Oh, GS.
St. Pierre. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Never
That's why I was like, I'm surprised you didn't go white.
But
With that name,
but here's the thing. He just tried to give other examples, but a lot of them were black. I was like, Haitian.
dude, I'm going
Haitian.
Latino, bro.
Haitian. I'm going black.
It's Gainesville, man.
Specifically Haitian.
If this motherfucker turns out to be Asian again,
Right. I was thinking, I was like, damn. I was like, don't let this be.
pissed.
Actually, don't be
But if you
wild.
said Asian.
Nah, it ain't.
Because it's Haitian.
No, it's black. So probably Haitian.
Haitian, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haitians do be wilding sometimes.
Another one bites the dust.
what?
Well, let's go ahead and dive into our topic. Did you guys know that Varsity turned 90 this year?
No, I didn't know
Her
that.
turns.
I didn't realize it was that old. I mean, I know it's an Atlanta mainstay.
Yeah.
You know, it's an Atlanta icon.
They do got paper hats, so I guess that is some old shit.
Paper.
No, real talk.
real. Crazy
Because
shit.
back in high school, you know, the upper class either got Varsity or Waffle House hat.
Yeah.
Dang,
The paper hats, right?
Paper hats.
Paper hats all day. Steak and
Waffle
shake
House is
trash.
old as fuck. Steak and Shake's trash.
Is it?
Steak and Shake be good if you get it right when they cook it.
So they trash.
You gotta eat it there.
You gotta eat it right there.
And drunk.
So
Like,
they
and if you're in the
trash.
drive-through, you gotta like go through the drive-through and then park and eat it. Don't wait till you get home.
So they trash.
Don't eat. Don't have
Shake's
no
fire, though.
leftovers.
Who?
Not
Shakes,
real,
the
not
shakes
real
don't
ice cream.
separate into water and some kind of congealed thing like McDonald's shake does. Have you seen a McDonald's shake or Wendy's Frosty just sit?
I don't.
Why would they sit? You're supposed to eat it.
Yeah, but
but-
if you don't finish it and it sits, it starts to separate, and then there's like this clear liquid shit.
It's called it
and then
melts,
it's this
nigga.
thick. No, that's not how
nigga.
ice cream melts. Yeah.
It's layers to this.
You don't eat ice cream. You eat that Breyers shit. Because you notice on Breyers, it doesn't say ice cream. It says something products.
Dude, I love Breyers. Breyers Rocky Road?
That shit ain't real ice cream, G.
Yes, it is.
Did you say they only natural?
I thought they only use real ingredients.
Lies.
Real
Fake
ingredients
news.
made in the lab.
Oh, that's how they get you. It's real GMO ingredients.
Faux news.
But anyway,
Nah, I fuck with shakes from Cookout Shakes Flames.
I like cookout shakes.
my first cookout shake, I feel kind of embarrassed saying it.
It was watermelon.
Watermelon shake. It was
Look,
kinda
guys,
good.
as black men, we got to stop being ashamed to love the delicious fruit and all things.
I don't like watermelon. I don't like any melon.
Yo, you don't like melons, though.
Yeah, I don't.
But like, we got to get off that. Just how we got off of fried chicken, we were like, just embrace it.
Yeah.
We got to get off this watermelon stigma too.
I saw this video that's trending where this guy smoked the watermelon.
I saw that the watermelon steak.
Yeah, and it looked like
It looked like a fucking ham.
yeah. It looked like the juiciest ham you'd ever saw, and then when you
Real
cut
tough.
it was just pink on the
It was
inside.
red. That shit was,
And everybody was like,
it low key looked good.
yeah. It was like you bite into it and you're just angry at the world. Really? Because you're expecting this delicious.
It looked like a for real smoked ham.
You look like you're about to have the best ham of your life.
Oh, and then it's
And
watermelon.
it's watermelon. Yeah.
That's because you're preparing your taste buds.
Exactly.
That's a prank for that ass.
Right.
That's gross.
Well, let's get into the varsity.
That's
a little
nasty.
history dive.
What is that?
Little waves on the screen.
How you go to a different
You
scene.
go to a flashback.
Oh, okay.
They used to did it on Wayne's World.
Never watched it?
Varsity turns 90. All right, let's go.
Okay.
Frank Gordy opened the varsity in 1928 when North Avenue was a cobblestone street and Cobb County was covered in cotton farms. Gordy always said the fountain of youth was somewhere near his frosted orange machine. And it's true that the varsity seems caught in some sort of time warp. The jaunty paper hats on the patrons, the chrome trim and art deco curves in the architecture, the archaic tradition of the car hop, and mostly that Archie and Jughead devotion to high-calorie happiness all speak of a different time. Car hop Louis Frank Jones, 87,
Damn.
said the food is just as good as it was when he started 70 years ago.
This nigga has been working at Varsity for 70 fucking years.
Back then, you didn't need a social security number, he says, pausing as he totes a box of onion rings and dogs to a drive-in customer. You just worked. Has anything changed? Nothing but the price. So is he outing somebody in that?
Well, nah. If you've been somewhere for 70 years, inflation's gonna happen. Like,
No. He said he says back then you didn't need a social security number.
Right,
He
to
said
work.
that didn't change.
was that low key shade toward illegals?
He's black. He's a slave.
Oh, Jesus.
I won't go that far. He's family.
Oh, excuse me. He's an indentured servant. He's an indentured servant. That's what he is.
Anyway, Frank Gordy attended Reinhardt College, where he met his future wife, Evelyn Jackson, and followed that with a year at Georgia Tech, but decided Georgia Tech was not for him. After a visit to Florida, where he studied the takeout hamburger and hot dog joints with interest, he came back to Atlanta and bought a small snack shop right outside the Tech campus called The Yellow Jacket. In 1928, he moved a few blocks down North Avenue and opened the varsity with the idea of opening one and all major college towns. He certainly couldn't open an Athens drive-in called the Yellow Jackets for obvious
That
reasons.
shit would not work.
That was
They would have burnt that shit down.
Right.
Real talk.
The ground.
The 1980s brought tragedy to the Gordy family. Frank Jr. was shot and killed in 1980 during a confrontation with police. That's Junior, his son.
Damn.
Frank Gordy Sr. died of emphysema in 1983, 3 years later. In both cases, the Gordy women stepped in. Frank Gordy served 300 people on the first day. By the end of the 1930s, during the bleakest economy in U.S. history, Gordy had already made his first $1 million.
Damn.
In the middle of the Great Depression.
Depression.
Oh, shit.
Damn!
Nigga was slinging them burgers.
They must have been mad cheap.
And mad delicious.
Well, they just needed food back then.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Like
so people were just $1 million in the hell.
Right?
He did that shit.
More varsities followed. First one in Athens, then in 1965, the Varsity Junior on Lindbergh, opened by Gordy's son, Frank Jr. Frank Jr.'s widow, Susan Gordy, took over the Varsity Junior, kept it humming, and expanded its catering side business to a significant portion of revenue. And Gordy's daughter, Nancy Sims, with 3 children, including Gordon Muir, and 1 stepchild at home, arrived at the North Avenue Varsity, ready to learn from the onions on up. Mr. Minix, who was a general manager at the time, handed her a hairnet and an apron and put her in the kitchen.
Damn. That's like...
Somebody asked him, "Who's that blonde lady back there?" Minix said, "Oh, that's Frank's daughter. She won't last a week."
That's fucked up.
Right. The odds were against her. "My father never suggested I be a part of the Varsity," said Sims, speaking from the family's vacation home on Sea Island.
Winning.
Right. He made $1 million
Right.
during the Depression. Oh, they go up that for real.
"I had no training. I never worked a day with my dad. I would go there for lunch. I'd go with a date, but I probably knew less about the Varsity than anybody."
Nepotism.
Right. Suddenly, she felt responsible for 200 employees. She began working 16-hour days, cleaning tables, slicing potatoes, and devoting herself to the restaurant 6 days a week. Muir said that she turned into his grandfather. She'd go to work in the daytime, come home, and make them supper, then go back downtown at night.
She says supper.
All along, the employees were showing her how to run the business. This is the situation. Here comes somebody they've never seen and never worked with, and they're looking at me wondering, who the heck is she? I had to get in there and work with them and do the same things they did, have them teach me, show them I could work as hard as they did to earn their respect. The recipes, the famous chili, for example, were written down, but she had to learn how to make them. We were too young to step in, said Mira. Her brother had passed away. If she hadn't done it, there'd probably be no Varsity here. There'd probably be a skyscraper here or something. Which is true.
Oh, absolutely.
That's prime real estate right there. One more tragedy followed. In 1990, Gordon Muir's brother, Michael, was in a devastating car accident. He was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital for care and underwent several organ transplants, surviving for a while, but declining after his organs began to fail. After 3 years, he died. Nancy Sims was by his side. In her absence, Gordon rose to the occasion. He'd already had training at the Varsity Junior as a teenager. After college at Reinhardt, he returned to the North Avenue Varsity as an hourly employee. The Varsity has continued to expand with a few hiccups. The Varsity Junior closed in 2010 after zoning disputes with the city. I lived down the street from there when that happened. So they closed up the Varsity? What the fuck?
Oh, somebody needed to get something built. That's what that was. All of a sudden, the zoning is fucked up.
They didn't replace it with much. Like a storage place, I think, is there now. A Varsity in Alpharetta lasted for 12 years before closing in 2016.
Damn.
We were on the wrong side of the highway. But the company's Dawsonville store is going great guns. That's a thing.
What the hell does that mean?
But it's...
They got a little too southern on that one.
Yeah.
Going great guns.
And they're
Winder?
eyeing new stores on property in Winder and in Auburn, Alabama.
Winder.
I thought it was Winder.
It's definitely Winder.
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
But I mean,
I'll just be
No,
saying.
yeah, it looks like
how
Winder.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
The Midtown store is located on 5 acres of land in a neighborhood of skyscrapers. I'm sure there's a higher purpose for those 5 acres in Atlanta than a drive-through restaurant, said CEO Sims, but I'm sentimental. Sims said she and 18 other family members are meeting for the second time with a family business counselor to discuss the future of the Varsity. I've backed away a lot to let the guys handle it, she said, mentioning her son Gordon, her son-in-law John Brown, and her stepson Steve Sims, all involved in management. They don't want their mother looking over their shoulder.
So at this point, it's still just the one. The other two closed down, right? Or no, they said they got one in Winder and Auburn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Or eyeing them.
Yeah, eyeing them.
Oh, they're eyeing them. So right now, there's just the one.
Oh, they had another one, didn't they?
It got closed down, right? So they said the one in Lindbergh got shut down, and then the one in...
The one in Dawsonville. They got one in Dawsonville.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's crazy is, like, I didn't know that this was such a family business.
I didn't know.
That's cool, too. I don't mind nepotism.
Yeah.
I feel like I would...
when y'all started a business.
Yeah, I feel like I would stop by them more often now that I know that. Because I haven't had them in years.
I actually have never had Varsity.
What?
Yeah, give me your Atlanta card, man.
Dog, it's an Atlanta staple.
Staple.
But
Even if you don't like it, you got to at least go.
Yeah.
But no. I mean, I've heard honestly, heard so many bad things about it. Why would I go?
It's not bad. It's just nice little
It's
fast
just not good.
food. It's like...
It's just not good.
They need to be open 24 hours for drunk people.
Yes.
Oh, that shit is
well,
great
so
when you're
because the only time
Watch when this meeting happens. That's going to be the change that they make.
that's what they
24
need to
hours?
do.
They're going to be 24 hours because that food is 24-hour food.
It is.
Oh, for sure. So, I mean, when I was at Georgia State, we were walking distance. We would walk past it all the time. But again, I've heard so many, they're like, just like what you said, it's not good, but you got to go there. I'm like, if it's not good, I'm not going.
It's not... I'm not going to say it's not good.
Stop it.
It's not... It's fast food.
Stop it.
It's like I had this one lady
tasty.
describe it as... It's like, like trash.
I've had a chicken wing from there. My
I didn't know
roommate...
they do chicken wings.
I didn't either. You sure it was from the Varsity?
Yeah, my roommate at the time, my freshman year of college, he got chicken
State?
wings from there. Yeah.
Nice.
I've had a chicken wing from there. But
good?
it was a regular chicken wing, so.
I didn't know they did chicken wings. Always good. Burger,
I get the
hot dog,
burgers.
onion rings.
You get the chili on there?
Now I have heard the
Sometimes.
fried peach pie is good,
Yeah.
and the dreamsicle, obviously, that's what everybody talks about.
My job...
I hear about those two things most, and I would like to have those.
It sounds like we need to do a trip.
My job would order their food truck. When
Some
we
people
did
order their food
things,
truck, yeah.
And they would just come and you get unlimited whatever for your event.
They're like, yeah, that's the cheapest food truck you can get besides the Waffle House food truck.
Waffle House has a food truck?
Waffle House has a food truck?
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I didn't know that.
You don't have to drive to them.
This changes the entire game.
They're like, we see you and we raise you.
You ever not live close to a Waffle House? You be craving Waffle House.
Real talk.
Like-
Oh, you must crave Waffle House a lot because you're
Bruh,
over there.
Yeah, it's like a Waffle
In
House
Old Fourth
food
Ward,
desert.
and it's only IHOP.
Oh, shit, yeah.
it's
You
no
don't have one.
Every time I want Waffle House and I'm over there, I'm just like, man, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, I gotta go get this fucking create your own omelet.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I have, of course, I have the Walmart right down the street.
Yeah.
But if you go further down Shelby Tucker, there are Walmart, Waffle House. You go further down Shelby Tucker, there are two Waffle Houses. And when I mean next to each other, I mean literally.
I heard about that one. They're
Next-
two Waffle
they're-
Houses next to each other.
And they're open. It's little.
You got the Waffle House right here, though.
Yeah, we have that one. If you go further down Shelby Tucker, there are two Waffle Houses. So where the intersection
I'm trying to think
where
of my
Shelby
head.
Tucker meets 85.
Yep.
I know where that's at.
Right off the exit, there's one right off the exit. And walking distance next door on the same side of the street is another one.
Yo, that's just bold. Is
only-
one a truck stop?
The only
Waffle
thing in
House or
between them, so it's literally Waffle House, Dairy Queen Waffle House. Right next, like, it's not like down the street. No, it's right there.
You can
And
walk.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Hey, they be busy for breakfast.
And
They had double
one
up
is a
breakfast.
newer
That might
one.
be it, though.
One is a newer one than the other one.
It's probably one's a truck stop Waffle House.
But they're right next to each other,
Right.
though.
Because it's right off the highway.
Could've just had
They're
one.
both right off the highway.
That's what I mean.
You can't just have one mega Waffle House.
Because when you hold up, when you're at 2, when you're like at 2 a.m. and you're a trucker, and then you see like Waffle House, shit, you pull on in.
Yeah.
And 85 is
Right.
mad busy.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not saying that one is right off the exit and one is later down.
Yeah.
They're right next to each other.
One doesn't say, this is the Waffle House for truckers.
No. It's just two Waffle Houses right there.
It's a little flagrant.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
It's just two. And at first, for a second, I was like, oh, well, one is newer. They built a new one and they are shutting this one down.
Yeah, you think
they do it all the time. That's just been there for years.
Maybe that's what the plan was, but then the old one never became non-profitable. So they was like, well, let's just let it ride.
I just don't understand it. I mean, they're super close. I've seen you've always seen like McDonald's or Starbucks down on the same street, but like further down. Yeah. They are right there.
That's kind of crazy.
For me, the closest I've seen personally, where I'm at, there's a Waffle House on both sides of a bridge that's over the highway.
It makes sense though.
Right, on both sides of the bridge.
Catch everybody.
Right. Some coming in, some coming out. You get them both. But
you run out of patties, you just send somebody across the street. Be like, yo, nigga, we need some more steaks.
That's how close this Waffle House is. I mean, you could literally.
It's crazy.
It's perfect for super duper large parties. You split up. It's like 10 of y'all go here, 10 of y'all go here. You know.
Oh, that'll work.
They're ridiculously close. But anyway.
Well, back to...
We should go to the Varsity, though.
We got to do a Varsity trip.
The onion rings are the best. Oily, but crispy as fuck.
I've heard good things about okay things about the onion rings as well.
Well, family may well be the key to their success. During a recent lunchtime rush, a tanned visitor from Naples, Florida, brought his wife and children to taste the Story chili dogs. I've never seen anything like it, he said, gazing at the photos of presidents who had dined there, from the Bushes, father and son, to Barack Obama. It's a gold mine, he added, as long as it stays in the family.
That's true.
Just saying. The Varsity just honored its 90th birthday with a party. The Varsity offered 90-cent prices on all menu items, door prizes, and music and special guests. 90-cent prices? I mean, I may have to roll up.
Right? 90, bro.
Given that them depression prices.
I was about to say, that's that 1939.
The Varsity also highlighted the occasion by raising $90,000 to support a program at the Shepherd Center to help brain-injured veterans.
That's what's up.
It's about halfway to the goal.
Oh, that's shit. Dope. Damn. That's definitely what's up.
Yeah.
I flex heavily with the Varsity now.
Granted, listeners, we're reading this. The event is in the future, but you probably won't hear this till afterwards. But I'm assuming that they would made their goal.
Yeah.
It's the Varsity.
And you can probably still give.
Right.
Right. That's why they're going to stop taking money. Yeah, no, don't give us. You know.
Right. Stop! No, please. Anyway, listeners, it's about time for a commercial break. So listen to this. How do you say it?
Cha-ching.
Huh? Oh no! Oh, we're getting paid. We're getting paid by the Wolfman now.
Yeah, man.
Wolfman and Donna.
Peace. What up, people? It's your boys from the Atlanta podcast, Christian,
Justin, and Myron.
And we need you to vote for us.
We need your help.
For Creative Loafing's Best Podcast of 2018.
Woo!
Vote
or die, niggas.
No.
Or die?
Well, yeah, you know what? I'm with it. I'm with it. You know, we got to bring it back. You know, P. Diddy and this thing.
Listen, we got nominated for Best Podcast of Atlanta, and you can vote for us on their website, www.creativeloafing.com/BOA2018 2018. We're the first option on there, the Atlanta podcast, so that's all you really need to worry about.
In my opinion, it's the only option, you know. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, there is
no substitute.
Yeah, you have the colonizer.
Oh. Nah. You're right. Go ahead.
Well, I would say this is the colonizer proof or colonizer free, the Atlanta podcast.
Of course.
Yes.
This is the original.
We are the original.
We are the first.
The originators, not imitators.
There's a lot of imitators out there.
But anyway, we got
the Atlanta podcast.
We are nominated with a lot of great local podcasts that we follow on social media and appreciate and adore. Beer Guys Radio is nominated.
Oh yeah, they are.
Atlanta Monsters nominated.
Ooh. That might be tricky.
Yeah, but that podcast ain't shit, so don't go listen.
I actually haven't listened. I don't.
There are like 17 people working on that podcast. They have like private eyes. Like it was
private eyes. They're watching you.
Are they under NPR?
That shit was a production.
Nah, they got their own shit.
It felt like an NPR shit.
Yeah, but yeah,
It was alright.
Vote tap, holla.
Peace.
Vote or die.
You sounded real serious.
My beard hair has a split end.
Oh, damn.
Oh, never mind.
Look at that. I just split a hair. I literally split a hair.
Oh wow, I've never seen that.
It's like
Oh,
splitting
wow.
hairs.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Look at y'all beardless niggas.
My beard hair.
Look at this.
Wow, y'all hating heavy right now. Y'all hating heavy.
Look at my hair beards.
All right, it's 10:19.
Baby face ass niggas.
Oh, man.
What up, people? Welcome back to the Atlanta podcast. It's your boy Christian,
Justin.
And Myron.
and we're about to talk to you about stuff going on in Atlanta.
But for wait a minute, this is coming back from a commercial.
Yeah, midpoint, bro.
But first,
Our next topic revolves around local art
hey,
and scavenger hunting.
Ooh, I love scavenger hunts.
One summer day in 2010, an artist stood on a street corner in Inman Park and bolted to a stop sign a 6x10-inch piece of wood emblazoned with a detailed screen print of an image that looked like a cross between a superhero and a Viking. He snapped a picture, then posted it on Facebook and Twitter with the message that it was free for whoever could get to it first. With that one gesture, TwoFour started the Atlanta chapter of Free Art Friday, a global concept he learned about from a British artist. The citywide scavenger hunt began as an occasional activity for in-the-know locals, but has exploded in a massive way, with thousands of hiders and seekers participating over the past 8 years. Putting free art on the street of people to find isn't a new or original concept, but I like to think that my contribution to the movement was organizing and boosting its visibility through social media and encouraging people who might not have made art before to start making art, said TwoFour, 48 years old, who now lives in Portland, Oregon. Figures.
No, I was like,
yeah.
Portland.
I just like the spelling of his last name. It's literally TwoFour.
That's kind of dope.
TwoFour was partially influenced by Evereman, aka Jay Wiggins. Known for his trademark image he's plastered around Atlanta and the world since 2003. A simple, boxy, robotic face stenciled onto wood. He estimates he's distributed 30,000 pieces over the last 15 years.
Damn.
Although he doesn't use the FAFATL hashtag, many consider Evereman the founder of Atlanta's free art movement. He and FAFATL are doing the same thing, he said. It's just been an organic growth from the beginning, said Evereman, speaking from Seattle, where he'd gone to distribute 60 stencils. I never had an idea about this thing. I was just doing it. But for me, I've never thought of it as free. I always thought of it as gift art in terms of it's not free. People's time is worth something. Materials cost something. While Evereman might have been the forefather of the movement, FAFATL brought the idea of free art to a wider social media savvy audience. In the beginning, TwoFour...
I can't get up. I feel like he made that shit up.
Probably.
I think it's Everyman.
Oh, Evereman?
I think it's Everyman.
Why every?
See how it is? Every.
Oh, it's an E in between the R and the M.
I think it's like a play on it.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
I was like, is it Everyman?
Fuck you, Jay Wiggins.
We got it right, though.
Anyway, in the beginning, TwoFour painstakingly created Google Maps that showed where pieces from a handful of artists had been hidden. He posted the links on Facebook every Friday, and the number of artworks began to grow as more artists caught on.
That's pretty cool.
Very dope. Then the FAFATL hashtag created to eliminate the need of the maps gained traction after longtime criminal records employee Lillian Hughes began retweeting the FAFATL post on Twitter. The hunt now takes place almost exclusively on Instagram, with drops happening daily, making the name a misnomer. What the fuck is that?
A misnomer?
Misnomer?
Yeah, I think it's misnomer.
Whatever.
It is a misnomer.
The slew of participating artists is constantly changing, with easily hundreds, if not thousands, having posted free art since the beginning. While similar treasures hunt in other cities have fizzled, New York City's FAFNYC and FAFNY tags have garnered less than 5,000 combined posts since 2014. More than 72,000 photos using Atlanta's hashtag have been posted since late 2011. That is a giant
They're getting
difference.
busy.
Right.
Jesus.
However, regulating a social media-based movement has its challenges. The excitement of the early days, what TwoFour refers to as the golden age, ended when he learned that people were hoarding the art, that adults were running past children to grab the art first, and that artists were partnering with corporations.
Damn.
That happens with the murals and stuff.
Right.
It's really frustrated me that people were taking this fun little project and turning it into something that had caused negative feelings for folks. The self-proclaimed Grump said he eventually stopped telling anyone when he dropped free art. About 5 years ago, he and his partner moved to Portland, Oregon.
They said, fuck it.
Yeah, basically. Once enough time had passed, I got over my bitterness, and now I'm putting out free art here in Portland using FAFPDX, he said. Looking back, I think it's a great project, and I'm really proud that I helped it grow in whatever way I did, he said. I met a lot of great people. I had little kids tell me how much they loved making art, and I had adults tell me that Free Art Friday had really changed their lives.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
He made a difference. That's dope. He started like a little movement.
Basically. As the project has evolved, so has Atlanta, where neighborhoods and skylines are constantly changing. CATlanta, aka Rory Hawkins, said such major changes just mean he needs to tell more story with his art. In 2017, he hit a piece that depicted a cartoonish cat stretched over the gap left after the I-85 bridge collapsed as the result of a fire set by a homeless man.
Allegedly.
Which we've covered.
Allegedly.
CATlanta then sold shirts emblazoned with the image and donated proceeds to the homeless.
Nice.
That's fucking dope.
That is cool, man.
I want to make sure that I'm still going and leaving art in neighborhoods all over the city and not just focusing on ones where new development is happening, he said. Gentrification.
But that's cool, though.
Yeah.
That is dope. I need to...
Go on a scavenger hunt?
Right. I need to follow them. And...
Just follow, because, you know, on Instagram now, you can follow a hashtag.
Oh.
Yeah, if you type in the hashtag, it'll give you an option to follow the hashtag. So every time that hashtag is used, you can follow it. So, listeners, if you want to follow hashtag The Atlanta Podcast, you can do that.
Hey, turn up.
Vote for us.
Vote or die, niggas.
Just vote for TAP. Hashtag vote for TAP.
Or die.
In 2015, artists dropped a slew of Braves-related art at Turner Field before the team left for Cobb County. Keep scrolling and you'll see art placed near the now demolished Murder Kroger, the once thriving Stone Soup Kitchen or Belly General Store, the vacant Sears building that became Ponce City Market, the old Masquerade on North Avenue. Photographer Xana McNeil learned about FAFATL after she posted a photo of a piece of art she saw attached to a post in the Old Fourth Ward on social media. Someone commented that it was free art, but it was gone by the time McNeil returned.
Got it.
Damn. The 32-year-old has found a couple pieces since then, but she is haunted by the one that got away.
Haunted?
Haunted.
It's not that serious. Come on now.
For some people it is.
McNeil plans to start creating pieces herself to hide, so she can be a maker as well as a taker.
What?
Terrible.
That was terrible.
Terrible.
It's sort of like it's sort of like a random act of kindness if you think about it, only disguised as an urban scavenger hunt. And what's not to love about that? That's the idea behind what Evereman, Ken TwoFour, and every other artist who leaves art out for others are doing. A huge part of it is to put something out there that will give someone a moment of pause, to shake you out of your everyday. Evereman said? Evereman? One of those?
I think it's Evereman.
No, what's his real name? Fuck that, man.
Jay Watkins?
Yeah, Jay Watkins.
Jay said.
Right.
Jay! It's fun, it puts a smile on people's faces, and that is awesome. The end.
Damn, that was...
I'm mad people snatching art from kids.
That was very long-winded, huh?
I'm mad people are snatching art from little kids.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucked up.
But of course it gets that way because people want to collect cool pieces.
And competitive. I mean, you see that shit all the time at like sports events, such like baseball.
Yeah, catching the foul ball.
Yeah.
Snatch it from a kid.
You see that shit all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Or
Fuck
if you know,
kid, I already put in my years. Yeah.
athletes throwing in jerseys or stuff like that. People will fight over that shit.
I got bills, nigga.
Right. But it's been pretty cool. I've always noticed that it was a thing, but I didn't know really what it was.
I didn't know how the whole hashtag. It is 70,000 people on it.
Oh, and when you look at the hashtag or follow the hashtag, you will see a lot of shit. As a matter of fact, on your birthday when we were walking to
Deep End,
you know, right at the end of your block, there's a picture, there's a Squishiepuss painting.
Yeah.
And he's like holding something and it has a hook.
Oh, that was a
That's
drop?
where he put his free art sometimes.
Oh, word?
Yeah. He hangs it on that hook.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Squishiepuss, we need to hit him up.
Yeah, he's cool people. You ran into him at the
Monday night, the slow churn release.
Yeah. He works.
I see his stuff all over the city.
Yeah, I do.
Like once we did the ATL salute and then I like
looked at
know about it. Yeah, I'm like,
when I see his style of art, now I see it every fucking where.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's kind of hard. It's giant pink fucking dog everywhere. And one thing that he has that's trending is the rainbow dick. Have you seen
rainbow dick?
Yeah, it's a rainbow that's also a dick.
No, I haven't seen rainbow dicks anywhere.
Oh, you will.
You sure?
You will.
Like not even in your...
Maybe because I'm not looking for them.
It might be it too.
So now I'm going to be noticing rainbow dicks all over buildings. Thanks. Appreciate it, homie.
But anyway, with that said, it's time for our ATL salute, our hashtag ATL salute. And we would like to give an ATL salute to all those hashtag FAF ATL artists out there.
Free Art Fridays ATL.
Free Art Fridays!
Thanks for the free shit!
That includes Squishiepuss. That includes CATlanta.
Who does occasional do some shit? I wonder.
Nah, he just has his art everywhere. I don't think he does. I don't think he
does murals and stuff.
Yeah, he's mural. He's got some over there too. That area where you're at is like a lot of shit.
It's a bunch of different art.
Like right when you get off the exit, he has pillars like on the side, like right in front of that grocery store, convenience store on the right side. Right before that really rundown gas station.
Yeah, the one I go to?
Yeah, like by the hospital. There's like the Martin Luther King.
That's him?
Yeah, because like everything that he makes, it's kind of like a galaxy, almost like galaxy print version of characters.
It's like he definitely attributes historical figures like that way, but the colors he uses is almost like like
it's in space,
multicolored galaxy type. Like you said, like what if you ever see anything that people so we actually see in like astronomy books or whatever, when you see gases burning, it's like a bunch of varied colors, it's like in a mix, shit like that.
I mean, I've seen
painted over, a historical figure in a different way. Mm-hmm. No, just or an iconic black figure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kaepernick.
Yeah, just like the Kaepernick, Ali. Like the Black Panther.
That was dope.
Ali joint. That was fire.
It's so many walls and buildings up around there too. They just keep popping up.
He was just at a United game Remember when he was on the show, on the episode, the blackest episode ever? Go check it out.
Dope episode.
He said that they invite him out, but he's not like crazy about sports or anything like that.
But he did. So at every game, Atlanta United recognizes the man of the match, that they call it. Mm-hmm. So the best player or the recognized player of that particular game. Mm-hmm. And they get presented with a guitar every time, if I'm not mistaken. An RT guitar.
It can be from either team?
No, it's an Atlanta United thing.
Okay. So best person who played
that particular game on Atlanta United.
Gotcha.
Man of the match, they call it. So I believe this last game or the game before last, he was on. He did the artwork on the guitar, so he presented it to Joseph Martinez, who won it. Mm-hmm.
He was there.
That was the last game. I was at that game.
Yeah.
Dope.
Remember when he was here, he was saying that his daughter is really into soccer, his oldest, and he kept telling us like tickets, but I was like, nigga, you better go.
I mean, I still haven't gone.
When you saw his Instagram live feed, I was so jealous because he got the full treatment.
Hey,
he was down there like floor level, I guess, ground level, whatever the fuck. You know,
the pitch.
Yeah.
That's all on the field.
It was dope. It was pretty, and the guitar was pretty dope too. Very.
I gotta go on the page.
Occasional superstar,
right?
Exactly, fashion. But anyway, that's the episode. Appreciate you guys listening. Peace.
Deuces.
Bye. #FAFATL.
Vote or die, nigga.